and the nut jobbery that's going on surrounding that shooting. The SAVE Act. I do not understand how these Democrats live with themselves lying to you about voter ID. I don't understand. But before we get to any of that, we're going to give you some more updates on the Nancy Guthrie's case. Welcome to the Officer Tatum Show.
If you don't believe that we are in a fight today, you're sleeping under a rock. If you get hit and you lay down and you cry and you fold up in the corner, definitely you will not win the fight. We show up to win. Our culture needs a lot of you young people in here to step up and stand out. There is nothing or no principality, power, division, devil can stop us when we're united. They can only get you when you're divided. When I see the American flag, I see us progressing to something that can be awesome and great. And if you don't plan on winning then, you might as well go on today.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome back to the Officer Tatum Show. I got some exciting news. I just went to a YouTube summit, and we had great conversation with YouTube, believe it or not. You'd probably think that everybody there is a leftist nut job, but there's a lot of good, solid people, whether they're on the right or the left, that's open-minded. Even the people that work for YouTube, we met the very top executive people, and they had a lot of great things to say about our channel. They had a lot of great things that we can do moving forward. And one of the things that we're going to do that I want to let you guys know and get ahead of time is we're going to start building out our membership program. We've been doing membership programs for a while. And, you know, you got your emojis if you're a member and all that, but we're going to make it the most expansive, most comprehensive membership program on the entire YouTube platform. And I want you guys to be a part of it. I'll let you know once we have it all settled because I want you to join and support the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on every social media platform that there is. And we're going to get into this. Nancy Guthrie. Savannah Guthrie's mom. Let me just give a quick synopsis of some of the information that have come out. I honestly believe that this was never a ransom situation. This was never a kidnapping situation. This had always been something that had gone wrong, and Nancy Guthrie had lost her life in this scenario. I think that either someone in the family has orchestrated this, someone in the family had someone orchestrate this, or it's someone that was close to the family to some degree, whether it's a person who worked for the family, whether it's a person who had close ties to the family that knew about some financial gain, or just thought that they could rob her. When I look at the person who was, and I get this question asked everywhere I go, that's why I'm giving you guys an explanation. When I look at the person who was at the front door, that it was the most ridiculous, almost looked staged, how ridiculous this person was. You know, two things either happen, right? I want y'all to understand this. Either the person prepared to go to Nancy Guthrie's house and commit a crime, or the person was unprepared. Now, here's where the dilemma gets weird, is that if the person was prepared, they would have had spray paint or they had a burglary tool, they knocked the camera out, and they wouldn't be going to the bushes and getting thistles and draping it over a Ring camera, exposing yourself for prolonged periods of time. That's not a person who prepared. And then you got to say, if you did prepare, what did you prepare to do? If you came to do a burglary, you have an empty backpack. If you came to mug somebody, then that means you would have burglary tools in a full backpack. So it's all very bizarre to me. I don't know it to be true. It's suspicious enough that I think maybe, just maybe, this could have been some stage scenario to cover up something that had happened in the house. In my opinion, the prime suspect is the brother-in-law and the sister. And I'm not saying at all that they did it. I'm saying from a person who's this far away from the case, those are the people that I would be looking into. Obviously, they impounded her car. Obviously, they went back to the sister's house and the brother-in-law's house to do a further investigation. But let's get to some of the breaking news or some of the updated news that's going on tonight. Fox News, roll it.
Breaking tonight, the FBI is increasing its reward for information leading up to the location of Nancy Guthrie to $100,000 from $50,000. They're also revealing new details about the suspect, calling him a suspect, describing him as a 5'9" to 5'10" male with an average build, wearing a 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker backpack. Fox News at Night anchor Trace Gallagher joins us from outside Guthrie's home in Tucson, Arizona. Good evening, Trace. You know, first time we heard that word, suspect, and very specific now after it looks like they used some video analysis and of the height and weight based on what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. That's probably the reason, Brett, that white tent was out front, because they went in, did some measurements, and then several hours later, we have the first statement from the FBI all day. The FBI is also fascinated by this new video that TMZ obtained. It's about another person, Brett, who's actually trying to open a gate, and at one point, he's wearing two separate backpacks. And it seems odd because this is almost the same time of morning, on the morning that Nancy Guthrie disappeared, except it was 5 miles away, and the FBI is talking about a possible correlation if it might be the same person. Well, the timeline doesn't work out because the sheriff's department told us that the Ring camera, the doorbell camera here, was disabled at 1:47 in the morning. The video of the new person 5 miles away was taken at 1:52 in the morning, and so it's impossible for that person to disable the doorbell here at Nancy Guthrie's house and then 5 minutes later to be able 5 miles away. But TMZ is saying they believe that the FBI thinks that it was 2:12 in the morning that the actual doorbell video here was triggered. And if that's the case, it would have given that person 5 miles away about 18 or 19 minutes to get here, which brings more intrigue to the whole investigation on whether there is any connection at all. It also brings up why the FBI, the sheriff's office, are now asking residents within a 2-mile radius of Nancy Guthrie's home to kind of submit whatever video they have, video of cars on the street, cars driving by, people driving by, anything they believe is out of the ordinary that might help this investigation. And they want that video to be taken between January 1st and February 2nd. Interesting on the second date because it's a day after Nancy Guthrie disappeared.
And one of the reasons why they want to do that, because sometimes suspects will come back to the scene. They'll come back in the area. They'll either try to clean up stuff that they left behind, or they want to be involved, right? People come back to the scene. The Idaho killer actually came back to the scene while investigators were there. He drove by, they geo-tracked his phone, and they ended up seeing that he had come back to the scene multiple times. So that's another reason why they would do that. Now, another alternative theory could be that this person was going from neighborhood to neighborhood trying to break in people's houses, and he unfortunately ended up at Savannah Guthrie's mother's house. And that could be a possibility. This could have been completely random. But nonetheless, I don't think it was ever a ransom situation. All right, we got a couple other clips that we want to play. I think we covered this one. Let's go to the 202 clip. All right, this was a person that was detained the other day. Birdies told me that, the SWAT hit a couple houses and stuff, and so this was one of the guys that was detained. The reason I'm showing this because it's ridiculous. Like, the people who are claiming to be reporters are absolutely ridiculous, especially the woman in this clip. I don't know how much of a mother freaking activist can you be consistently. When you talk to a man like this, you ask him impartial questions. You don't ask him leaning, emotional questions to now make him a victim. When he's not a victim, they're following up on leads. And sometimes you ain't the right person, and they let you go. Roll the clip.
Carlos, what do you want people, your name's
I'm innocent.
everywhere. Yeah.
I'm innocent. That's all I can say. I didn't have nothing to do with this.
Were you shocked when
Tell
me.
Like, come on, like, what do you expect me to do? ¿Cómo quieres que reaccione cuando algo pasa así? Pero yo no sé qué está pasando. Me agarraron como si yo fuera un criminal. Me secuestraron. They held me against my will. They didn't even read me my rights until 2 hours later.
Time out.
Okay?
Time out. Just so you know, people, the cops don't have to read you your rights unless they're questioning you and you're detained. Quit watching CSI and all these shows. Miranda rights, if you look at the letter of the rights, it's that you are not free to leave, and anything you say will incriminate you while we're investigating you according to the crime that you committed or that we believe you committed. So if somebody detained you, they're not going to reach your Miranda rights. Even if they arrest you, they're not going to reach your Miranda rights unless they're going to question you, and the answers that you give could be incriminating to you. That's the whole Miranda rights setup. Okay, keep going.
No, mira, my wrist is all
from
the handcuffs. Like,
and did you have any idea
No.
that this was about?
No.
Do you know who Nancy Guthrie
no,
is?
that's the problem. No, I don't know anything.
You were like, where is this coming from?
How did they come up on you?
I don't know.
Like, what, were you just driving around?
I don't know.
Yeah, working.
Yeah,
Cashing.
they said you're delivering DoorDash?
GLS.
Oh,
How'd they pull up on you? Like,
Nah, I pulled up on them because they were following me. Yeah, they were following me. Marana. This is Santa Cruz County, and Marana was down here. It's like, come on, 2 and 2.
and so then when they came up on you, what did they say? Like, what did they say?
Nothing.
They say nothing.
Nothing. Literally nothing. They just told me, stop moving. Like, what's your name? Carlos. And that's it. They put me in the cop car. You gotta wait like 2 hours. I waited like 2 hours until the detectives came here and everything.
oh my God.
When they finally told you this had to do with some kidnapping, like, what were you thinking?
Like, what the doing here? I didn't do anything. To be honest, like, I'm innocent.
And you don't even know who the lady is? Do you know who Savannah Guthrie
No,
is?
no. I don't
Nothing.
follow the news.
Right.
I don't watch.
You don't watch the Today
No,
Show?
No.
So this was a complete
Yes,
shock.
it was.
What kind of questions were they asking you?
Nothing. They didn't ask me no questions.
So they just said
nothing. They
So
just sat me in the car. They investigated my car and this van, and that's it. They didn't ask me no questions, no nothing.
Did you
Yeah,
get
'cause
the
you
other
were
car
detained.
back? Or they still have it?
No, it's right there.
Oh, they gave it back to you. So,
Yeah, it's like,
and they said you can go home?
yeah.
And how did they treat like the people you were with, your girl, your child?
Oh, I don't want to speak
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
understood.
You know what I mean?
How's your family? They
Oh, they're all
scared
in
everybody.
shock.
I was going to say, they scared everybody, huh?
Yeah, they're all in shock right now.
Did they damage the house? When
Yeah.
What did they do to the house?
They broke the doors. What else? The garage door in the back. Mm.
So what are you going to do now?
I'll try to clear my name. I didn't do anything. I mean, I hope they get the suspect, because I'm not it. They better do their job and find the suspect that did it so they can clear my name. And I'm done. Just look at what I'm putting my family through.
You're on
not just
national
them.
news now.
Not just them. Even my parents in Tucson. Yeah.
And your mother-in-law was worried about you. She was saying it doesn't look anything like it.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, what the Come
Why
on.
do you
All right,
think
time
they
out.
came here?
Oh, let me let her ask the question. Play it.
Or why did you think they came to you?
Yeah, if I would have known that answer, I would have given it to you, but I don't.
So you have no idea what led them
No,
to
I
you?
do not.
Nothing. They didn't
Nothing.
give. They didn't say car make, a license, nothing.
Nada.
So let me give you perspective, and then we're going to jump to the SAVE Act. And then we're going to talk about, we're going to finish it with that shooting that happened in Canada. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to get to it. I promise you. Because I want to go to sleep. I've been up all day. I just landed, and I'm doing this. So trust me, we're going to get through this real fast. It's not going to be prolonged. But just so you guys know, the police get tips and information from people they have to follow up and verify. So it would make sense for them to go and treat this like this could be the suspect. They detain him. They find out it's not him, and they let him go. That's what happens. The door that they broke, they will fix it. The city will come out and fix the doors and all of the stuff. So, you know, them trying to make him out to be a victim is kind of crazy to me. I understand the fear factor of, but at the end of the day, I understand what they're doing. If somebody was black and matched my description or something and they had to go and detain me, I'd be cool knowing I didn't do anything. But I'm glad that they're out here working and trying to follow up on leads. Let's get to the SAVE Act. How on planet Earth are we arguing about whether or not a person should present identification while voting in the United States of America in a federal election? I do not understand how people are even questioning this. What person really think that it makes sense for us to do all this other stuff in life with an ID, but no ID when it comes to voting? You have to be trying to do fraud. You ain't nobody crying about having an ID when you go to Publix or somewhere and you want to get a fifth. If black people don't have no problem getting Hennessy with an ID, what are we talking about? You got to get on a plane with ID, get a hotel with ID, Airbnb with ID, go to Costco with an ID. Bro, where do you get stuff without an ID? You can't rent a car without an ID. A lot of times you can't even get into certain places without your identification. But when you vote, we don't need none of that. Let me tell you something real quick, and then we're gonna play the clips. This is what you need to tell your family members who still stuck on stupid. When they go, well, it infringes on people's rights to vote, and it creates unduly barriers, right? Obstructions, where a person's constitutional rights, what they say, shouldn't have no limitations on it. virtually no limitations, right? Is that what they're saying? Why don't they say the same thing for the Second Amendment? Why are they so okay with you having age restrictions? You got to have IDs. You got to do a federal background check. They want you to now not even be able to own some of these guns. But somehow you're voting, they want no restrictions. But the Second Amendment, which is the amendment that you have the right to keep and bear arms, and the government shall not infringe, they don't have no problem restricting the heck out of you. These people are hypocrites. Let's go. Clip 301. Roll it.
The House also passing the Save America Act, a measure restricting mail-in ballots requiring voter ID at polling places and mandates for proof of citizenship before registering to vote. President Trump talking about the act just moments ago.
It's the Save America Act, and the Democrats are against it. I heard one of them saying, we will stop the Save America Act. No, we're trying to save America. And it has to do with largely voting. And basically, it's got three very simple points. It's got voter ID, photo ID, but voter ID with a photo, right? It's got the confirmation of U.S. citizenship. You have to be a citizen, so you have a vote.
My next guest is the author of that bill, which he says will make elections great again. Joining me now, Republican Congressman of Wisconsin, Brian Stile. Congressman, critics, of this bill say it's a solution in search of a problem, given how incredibly rare voter fraud is. Your response?
I think this is an opportunity to regain Americans' confidence in our elections. It's got two core principles. One, U.S. elections should be for U.S. citizens only, and we confirm citizenship upon registering to vote. And photo identification, to make sure that people are who they say they are. I'm of the belief that this is core common sense principles that we need in our elections across the country. It will increase Americans' confidence in our elections. And we have seen time and again, as we institute common sense election integrity in our elections, confidence goes up, and as a result, more people are likely to participate, and that's a good thing for our democracy.
And one thing, hold on, one second. So on the Save America Act, this is what it says. The bill requires proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. Let me just say this real quick. I believe, and it's kind of hard because you don't want the Democrats to get into place and manipulate this, but when you are voting in a federal election, every state needs to be participating with the same restrictions. It does not make any effing sense that we have a federal election and different states can manipulate the election. What the we talking about? Now, in your own state, if you want your state elections where you don't have people have IDs and nothing, that's fine. But in a federal election where we're doing a joint effort to give a consensus of the American people, it needs to have some parameters. A real ID showing citizenship, a passport, military ID, a proof of U.S. birth, government issued showing U.S. birth, or a government issued ID showing U.S. birth. If you can't get one of these things in 2 to 4 years, you shouldn't be voting anyway. You too stupid to vote, so you shouldn't vote. If you can't figure out how to get an ID, then what are you doing anyway? You're too stupid and you shouldn't vote anyway. There's nobody on planet Earth that's worth a vote that can't figure this out. If you are a citizen, you can't figure this out by the midterms. You can't figure this out by 2026 or 2028. My math is off. You're an idiot, and you got bigger fish to fry than worry about voting. All right, next clip. Well, anyway, we can skip this dumb lady. Just so you know, I'm not saying you can guess it because she's black that she's stupid. But for some reason, all these black politicians are all completely stupid. So let's go to the next person because you already know she's a stewhead. And here go another dry-haired stewhead. Play this clip of this lady real quick. Roll it.
Republicans are trying to make it harder for you to vote. Let me tell you how. The Save America Act would require your passport or your birth certificate to match your current name in order to be able to vote. If y'all got married and changed your name, your birth certificate would not match your current name. Nearly 69 million women in America.
My wife had to do this. Because when we got married, her name changed. That wasn't that hard. She went to the DMV and said she just had to show a marriage certificate. They changed her name on the ID, and then she went back and registered to vote. They asked her to do the whole register to vote thing because she got a new ID. That took probably 20 minutes. How did we get stupid? We used to be the cream of the crop in America, and now most black people are stupid. Why are you pushing for this, sis? They finna take your vote. You want the Mexicans and the illegals to come in here and have more voting power than your silly butt, and you advocating for it. You can't make this up. Let her finish. 44 seconds. Roll it.
America have a birth certificate that does not match their current name, and therefore 69 million American women would no longer be eligible to vote.
So you're saying they're too stupid to go get their ID changed like my wife did? What are you saying? These people are fear-mongering. 69 million women don't even vote anyway. Only half of the people in America vote. But if all 69 of those women want to vote, then if they can't figure it out, they're too stupid to vote anyway. Go to your local DMV. You got several months before the midterm. Go in there, show your marriage certificate, or go in there and show your birth certificate. If you don't have your birth certificate, go to the state or the county that you were born in and request a birth certificate, you idiots. Give it a week or two, they'll have your birth certificate where they mail it to you. Or you can go physically down there and they'll get it to you, a temporary one, until they send you a real birth certificate. That take 2-3 days. Week at most. What are y'all saying? Let her finish. I swear I'm going to be done. I got 13 minutes.
These guys say that the Save America Act is needed to prevent undocumented immigrants from voting, but y'all already know that that is not a thing. What this really is, it's a voter suppression bill to keep lawfully voting American citizens from being able to exercise their foundational right to vote. I'm obviously voting no, but I just want you guys to know that this is serious and it's happening right now, ahead of the critical.
As you know, she didn't explain why would that be a tactic. Voter suppression suppressed who? If it's just generic voter suppression because the average person, are you trying to say most Democrats are too stupid to get an ID? Because if you're talking about married women, both Republican and Democrat women are getting married and their names are changing if they get a divorce or they get married. What are you saying? Barack Obama put his ugly head in there. He probably about as dumb as that monkey he was portrayed at in that meme. Republicans are still trying to pass the SAVE Act, a bill that will make it harder to vote and disenfranchise millions of Americans. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. Bro, if you ain't got an ID at this point after 3 elections that have been the most tumultuous elections in U.S. history, you're a stew. All right, come on. Scott Jennings finna whoop these women, or not just women. There's mostly dumb women on there, but he finna whoop them like they got an F on their report card. Or for some of y'all that grew up back when you get whoopings, you get citizenship, you got an N on your report card. Because I got toe up from the flow up when I got the N, and I shamed my teacher. When my daddy was coming to school, I cried like a baby. And then when I came back with the whips on my back, I looked her in the eyes like, you did this to me. You should have just gave me an S. You gave me an N. But I tell you what, that whooping changed my life. I never got an N again. I was an E-citizen. All right, I had E-citizenship. Roll the clip.
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at the SAVE Act, that's exactly
while y'all
what we're
listen to this, while y'all listen to this, I want you to pay attention. The dumbest people in the room are the black people. Why? What happened to our ancestors? The dumbest, they got 3 Negroids on the show completely stupid. Why can't a black person see it in? Get somebody else on here so people don't think we just completely stupid. Why is all the black people stupid? Watch it. Watch it. Don't believe me. Watch it.
Talking about that is actually going to continue to disenfranchise overwhelmingly a lot of people of color. There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow 2.0.
So,
this is the same president. If we want to continue...
You haven't said how yet.
I am talking about it. It's the way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making people have... That's what we can call them now. It's kind of an idiom, right? If you want to say that people have to prove that they are citizens, that they have to prove with a voter ID, the reality is you're layering what is a constitutional right for the American people and making it harder for people to vote in this country. And it's going.
Time out. The same dumb Negroids won't say nothing about the Second Amendment. With you having a buy suppressor license, you got to go. If you don't have a CCW, you got to go in there and wait. I don't know how long. Sometimes California, you got a holding period. Y'all putting out. You got to have an ID. You got to have an ID to observe your Second Amendment rights. What? But y'all cool with that. But you saying we shouldn't have no ID to vote? Y'all, come on. That's why y'all Negroids ain't gonna have no chance at having a voice in America because you too stupid. If you had any sense with all that perm you put in your hair to make your hair look like white women hair, if you had any sense, you would realize this is an okie doke on you. Because when all these illegals vote, your vote gets suppressed. Sis, it's only so many black people left and half of them ain't voting. But y'all gonna let the illegals get in there and they become the majority minority. And what's gonna happen is they want Bad Bunny to sing on a thing in Spanish during Black History Month. They don't want y'all no more, sis. They can't use you. They want El Gadado, Espinado. They want to speak Spanish. And y'all dumb, ignorant fools, which is spitting in the face of our ancestors, are just lockstep, throwing your own people out to allow illegals to vote in the election. Roll the clip.
Does it
black voters concern you that you're making all these claims? You've yet to lay out how it's hurting anyone, but 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote, 80% of Hispanic voters, 83% of the American people. Are you saying that black voters are too dumb to know what's good for them? I mean, it sounds pretty
Hold on, time out. I want to say this. I want y'all to know, I'm not talking about all black people. I'm talking about the Negroids. When I say the Negroids, it's the dumb ones. The ones that are willful, ignorant fools that's being used by Democrats to screw us. They always pick the leaders in the front-facing black folks and get the stupidest ones out there to try to lead policy and make us look like idiots. Most black people know that these Mexicans are getting in this election and these illegals are voting and they're taking the voting power from the black community. You already see that they get these people into the black community in schools that were shut down because the city failed the black community, and they put the illegals in there and they pay them every month and give them a free cell phone and give them all you can eat, and they give them licenses and citizenship. They out here working with no ID. They out here driving 18-wheelers and got CDLs. And black people ain't got no opportunities. Black man get out of jail, he can't get a job. Why? Because he had a felony. Illegal alien coming to this country illegally, which is a crime. And he on after doing long work, they getting ID, they voting. What? Come on, I'm finna be done. Roll it.
Cindy, what I mean. That's not what you get three-quarters of black voters
That's not
who want voter ID.
But to be clear, the SAVE Act is not just about IDs. The SAVE Act is about
proof
of citizenship.
So what?
So it doesn't.
It also makes it very hard for married women who've changed.
I was just going to say, we talked about this before. It's
voters.
not. It actually, there's an argument to be made that red state voters, women,
poor white voters could be just as.
I know you think they're dumb too, don't you?
Young
I mean,
voters.
that's the thing.
Nobody
I
thinks
hear
they're
these
dumb.
arguments. I've heard Democrats all week long.
Yeah, you think they're dumb.
Please don't. No.
No, Scott is right.
From talking about Donald Trump's racism.
I'm actually
right there.
You should be thinking about your constituents or your.
Yeah, I think they're smart enough to figure out how to
colleagues in
register to
Kentucky.
vote. Abby.
Hold on. Most Americans don't have a passport. Many Americans don't have access to their birth certificate. Many women, a majority of women who change their names for marriage have to provide additional proof that they've changed their legal names in order to register to vote.
Time out. I'm gonna say this. I think we run out of time today. Sorry, guys. Maybe we'll do the shooting on tomorrow morning. I promise you, I'll open the show with the shooting because I got to get my team out of here. Y'all love them too? Okay, they've been here waiting for me all night. So just think about what she's saying. In case you share this with your grandma and them. This woman said that you need a passport. You do not need a passport. This woman said, or a birth certificate. Every single human being that has been born in the United States of America has a birth certificate on file. Now, if somehow you don't know where you were born, then you shouldn't be voting anyway. You got bigger stuff that you need to deal with. But for the average human being, American citizen that has been here and been voting and driving cars and getting Hennessy and going to the club, going to concerts and doing everything else you do in America, you can go and use your marriage license to go to the DMV to get your name changed on your ID. You can go down to the county and go online and Google, or you can go online and chat GPT, how'd I get my birth certificate? And it'll tell you, you go here and click here and click here. And now the city replacing people anyway, so it's probably all automated. All you gotta do is click this, click that, and then your ID is right there. We set an appointment because I got to get a real ID, which is a money grab. That ain't no different than the other one. So, but I waited forever to do it, and I just used my passport. But I went to get a real ID. It took, 3 minutes. I set an appointment. I went in there. They took an ugly picture of me, and I was mad at it because they could have made me look a little more handsome on my picture. And then they say, here's your paper ID. We'll send you the other one in the mail. 3 minutes, I had a new real ID. Real ID? And from my understanding, it's proof of citizenship. What y'all talking about? You going to hell if y'all don't quit playing. You going to hell for fear-mongering people. And y'all only doing this because Donald Trump is in office. Y'all hate that man so much that you become delusional. It's like ICE. Y'all so stupid that you really think ICE out here kidnapping people. After this, I'm done with the show. What's wrong with y'all? I was on an airplane today, and I'm just perplexed. I'm like, what's happening to human beings' brains? You can't do 3 seconds of research. You can't take a little bit of time. They got all kind of tools for you. ChatGPT, Gemini, they got all kind of search engines. Google, you can go to Yahoo News. You can do any search. You can ask your mama. You can do all of this, and y'all can't do no research and realize that they didn't detain a 5-year-old, that Megan Good was making bad decisions, that Mr. Purdy was making ugly choices. That's how he got smoked like a brisket, because he want to play with people's lives and interject himself in an ICE arrest. That's how he got killed. Take 3 seconds to look up data and realize they deported 600,000 people. And the only people that you've noticed that been killed by ICE has been 2 people in the same city. Come on, Jesus. y'all ain't gonna make heaven. I'm just saying, y'all ain't gonna make. You ain't gonna make it. If you this stupid, you ain't gonna make it. You're causing division and ruining our country because you stupid. You have an obligation to have enough common sense with all this material God done gave you that you should look up something once in a while. Like, I see stuff coming from the right side. And I'm like, that sounds too juicy, man. Let me see if that's true or not. I don't just believe stuff Trump be saying. I don't believe nothing nobody be saying. I like, does that sound right? Does that sound reasonable? Well, no, it don't. Let me look it up then. And if I don't have a conclusive answer, then I just don't talk about it. Is it that hard? You know, like I see stuff, Epstein files. He ain't doing it. I'm like, okay, let me look at it and let me not just listen to the Democrat, Republican. They swear to God Trump should be in prison if you listen to the Democrats. Do you listen to Republicans? We harboring pedophiles. And well, is that really the case? Because technically Trump is a pedophile on the file. But then when you look at it, you see somebody that came up and called a hotline and said Donald Trump did this 35 years ago. No sustainable evidence. I just called in and made a report. People could call in and make reports all day long. And y'all read it and go, see, I knew it. But let's look into it a little bit. That's kind of spicy. I'm not willing to say Kesh Patel is covering up pedophiles or Donald Trump. And you have to say all of the Democrats didn't say nothing about Epstein files. It was only us, the Republicans. And y'all don't remember. Let me take you back through memory lane real quick. Team, I promise, 40 seconds. Let me take you back through memory lane. Do you remember when they said, we got a smoking gun? We got proof that Trump, he will be the president 100% come election day. We got people underground rescuing kids right now. Y'all had a dude doing, I was believing that thing. Dude on a chat talking about all this top secret stuff. It was all bull crap. We got this, even on our side, y'all ain't got no information, man. Ain't nothing happened. We know they rigged that thing, but we didn't have the proof. Just say we did not have the proof. That's it. We didn't have enough proof. The courts wouldn't take it. We didn't have enough proof to put together to prove it. We developed some now, but us who got common sense know they stole it. But you can know it's happening, but you can still not have the proof. That's why it didn't go nowhere in court. Can y'all stop tricking us? Build a wall. Donate here to build a wall. That wall with the chesticles, OnlyFans models, or OnlyFans. That dude that did build a wall with what's his name? The one that looked like he drunk every day. What's his name? Steve Bannon. Y'all don't know that. The dude that worked with Steve Bannon do the build a wall scam, his wife doing OnlyFans. Literally, when I had a radio show, I didn't believe it. I said, let me go look it up. She got an OnlyFans. They supposed to be conservatives. She on OnlyFans showing booty and chest and showing kitty on OnlyFans as a conservative. And yo, build a wall money went to her stuff. That's how conservatives treat y'all. So you better stop listening to everything they say and start doing your research. All right, like and subscribe to the channel. I love y'all. I'm going to talk about the other stuff in the morning because I literally been up, Arizona time, I've been up since like 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's got to be like 9. And I'm getting manic like a 3-year-old. What they say, overtired? I'm getting overtired. I'm getting manic. Y'all may like to see me manic. Y'all like to see me crazy like this? Y'all keep cutting up, I'm going to keep being crazy. Just so you know, before we leave, we're going to do membership program. We're going to elevate it. Everybody that's on it right now that's been supportive of us, we're going to find a way to get y'all locked in, grandfathered in. But all of the new stuff we're going to do, we're going to roll out some after the show, some post-show podcast content. We do interviews with people. We're going to ask them cool questions and stuff, some more one-on-one kind of interactions. We may even do some fans-only live stream. stuff like that. We may even allow people to call in, different things like that we're going to try to do because we want to build the community and build the people who want more than just listening on the podcast, okay? And we're going to do that for you. And YouTube encouraged me to go up and beyond and treat y'all good, and they say they're going to help. Give us the tools we need to make the experience great. That's what they told me. Before we get off here, give my computer access real quick. All right, y'all. Y'all already killed it. You got to be 21, right? That's what it say. You got to be 21 to get in there. Don't play around with your safety. We already sold out the first batch. Gone. Y'all love this so much. Can you put me on the screen too? Y'all love it. Y'all love this so much. It's already gone. Can't do it. Nick did it. Nick said you can put us both on the screen. But his brain is farting right now. Come on, put a bit of air on there. Put me on there. All right, look. We got the guilty, not guilty. I want y'all to see these reviews, though. Go on and check out the reviews if you think I'm making this up. Go on and look at these reviews. They're absolutely incredible. People are, we can't make this up. There's people that they're drinking the bourbon responsibly, and they're 21 and over, and they're writing reviews. We only got 2 4-stars. And I read the comments, and I'm like, that's a 5-star comment. But anyway, everybody else giving 5 stars, incredible. Go on and give your rating if you already got verdict. Tell us what you think about it. Give us your verdict. All right, love you guys. I appreciate you. Tomorrow, I'm going to do everything I didn't do tonight because I know y'all got to go to bed and get to work in the morning. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.